Hello, I'm Jonathan, and welcome, aka Kalos, and welcome to my channel. Today's video is about tuning, specifically tuning spec cars. So in Forza GT and Forza Touring, the cars are set to a certain build, and you can't change that build. It automatically changes to it anytime you go in. However, if you didn't realize this, you can still tune the car while you're in practice. So you could go into a race and tune the car. Obviously, practice doesn't really give you enough time to tune the car, so you'd want to be ready going in. There's not really an easy way to get a tune, a baseline tune with the right build. So anytime you save a tune to a car, it saves it to the build. So you have to have the right build. One of the easiest ways to do that, and here we'll just go into race and featured multiplayer. So say you want a Forza GT baseline spec build and tune. You don't know what upgrades make that car spec. You can go into a race, join the event. When you're in the event, go into tuning. So just like you're in a regular single player practice, you can go into tuning and save it. So let's real quickly, if you're not aware how to save a tune, we'll go into upgrade and tune right here. You can do this in practice in a Forza spec. Because the car is already set to the right build, you just go to tuning. This is a locked file. Go to a tuning, setup manager, and you can find my tunes, reset tunes, go to save. You have to do this while you're in featured multiplayer. Save it off the bat. Just go in and click save. One of the things you can do, if you just do a race with the stock tune, you will also get what we call autosave career tunes, as you can see in the description there. So if you just do a spec race, it automatically saves your tune. It's actually kind of annoying because you get a ton of these. There you go, autosave series spec tune. Can't even delete that one, and that's not even the right. That's not even the right one. So leave tuning. Gonna leave tuning, and what I've done is I've gone into rivals and I tested. So we'll go into rivals. I'll just show you real quickly. I don't know why I'm worrying about the track, but that's what it is. So we're going to go into rivals and compare the spec tunes to the regular tunes. So I already have a saved spec tune, so I can go into tuning, setup manager, my tunes. Takes it a second. Look for basically, there we go. There's a spec tune. It's the right PI 832. And then where is it? Series spec tune. Right there. So autosave series spec tune. I can't even delete this one. We'll load it. Allocate, and now I have a stock tune. And what that allows me to do is go into rivals and or a test day under free play and actually do tuning on the car. So you can see now that this is entirely a stock arrow. Well, no, that's not stock arrow. That's the wrong. Okay, if you want to make sure it's completely stock, go to reset tuning settings. And that's what I've done for I actually did that just to verify that I was running a stock tune for this video. Now you can see aero is going to be the big thing you're going to change. Now we're at stock aero. But yeah, you just want to make sure you're on a stock tune. And from here, you can get started. Go back to this. I'm actually going to... And we'll actually watch some video that I've done comparing stock tunes to actual race tunes. So here we go. We are running the stock tune. I actually did a very... Here, let me close off desktop audio. I was actually really happy with this lap. Like, this is probably the best stock tune lap I've ever done. I'm going to turn down media source a little bit here too, so I can talk over it. The best I had gotten with a stock tune up to this point was like a 207.8. And I felt like I didn't do a perfect lap, but for me, I did what my perfect lap would pretty much be. Turn it down a little more. And you can see the ghost I'm chasing is the ghost I had set a time with a tune from AMS Carver. And you're seeing that ghost is just pulling away. This was a really good lap with a stock tune. I was even able to take the kink flat, which is a bit hard. The stock tunes tend to be a bit understeery. That's not the case in everything. Like if you try the Audi, it can be a bit twitchy on the stock tune. But in my experience so far, a lot of the cars are very understeery with the stock tune. So they're generally safe to drive. They'll wear out the front tires first if you're in featured multiplayer. But as you can see, the AMS Carver tune is just pulling away from me. Just flat out, you know, I'm not driving. In fact, that wasn't even as good a lap as I could potentially get with AMS Carver tune. I would say this was a much better lap. And you'll probably find in the stock tunes that are understeer, you'll be a little more consistent. But you can just definitely see how much slower. I'm definitely slower down the straights as well. So that was a stock tune 207.092. And that was about 0.8 faster than I'd ever done with a stock tune before. I've been doing Road America a lot, so I have it down pretty well. But then, in the next clip, here we'll go. Don't want to spend too much. So here you can see we're back in tuning. And what I want to do, this is AMS Carver's tune. It's named Forza GT. It is shared. It's good for speed. It's not the fastest tune you can have. So I was able to build for me what was a faster tune for Indy. But for Road America, this is the fastest I've been able to go. So you can see as soon as you select the tune, it's locked. Make sure you cancel out. And then also made sure I had to go on, that was on soft tires. I don't believe in Rivals fuel load does anything. I think I've been faster in actual races where I have lower fuel loads than I've been in Rivals. So this is my tune against the exact same Ghost with the AMS Carver tune. Now the Ghost and my run here are using the same tune. And you can see this is not a perfect lap. Like, I get behind in a few spots, could definitely go faster. But these laps actually ended up being the exact same time. And you can see how much easier it is for me to keep up with the Ghost with this tune that's almost exactly the same. If I could pull together a better lap, it was much harder to be consistent with this tune. And part of the reason for that is the car is definitely more squirrely. It's how do you say? It's a bit loose. But you know, in racing, loose setups are lots of time the faster ones. You can see I made quite a few mistakes, and at this point I'm quite a bit behind. Almost like a couple tenths behind the Ghost. So, you know, 205.7. Definitely possible. The Audi is a lot faster here. The Audi's a lot faster here than the Ford GT. I've seen people putting up 204s, and with a stock tune, I was already doing a 206 flat with the Audi. It's just it's a beast in a straight line. But we're not talking about the Audi. That I'll save that for another video. Just a quick note on that. That bothers me a little bit because I feel like the Audi and in the touring car class, the Volkswagen are the fastest meta cars right now. And guess what? You have to pay for those. Those are both the Audis from the racetrack pack, and the Volkswagen's part of the car pass. So a little bit of pay to win. It bugs me here, but you can see here, I get literally the exact same time, and I'm over a full second faster than I was with the stock tune. Now we're at Indianapolis GP, and you can see my rival in a speed tune I built. I found that at Indy, it's a low aero tune. I found it faster than Carver's. Carver still has enough downforce for Road America. That car is literally really low on downforce. So I'm chasing that Ghost here with the stock tune. You can see it is literally just pulling away from me like it's nothing. Not going to say I did the perfect lap, but oh my gosh, we hit the straights and it's gone. Indianapolis is a lot of low speed turns, so not a lot of places where heavy aero is really going to benefit you. And these cars still have solid amounts of aero even at the lowest amount. So in this case, you want to go as low as possible. And with the stock setting for aero, yeah, you're just not there. Like literally, you only need enough aero to take this last corner flat without the rear end wanting to come around on you. So there you go, 124.598. That's 1.3 seconds faster than the Ghost. But again, the Ghost time I struggled with consistency with a car that's a lot looser. So here, I'm showing you load my own tune. And obviously, if you save your own tune, you can make adjustments to it. This isn't shared right now. If anyone wants me to share it, I will. Definitely tuned with a wheel in mind. So keep that in mind if you ask me to share it, and I do. And I'm showing you right here the changes I made. I made some subtle changes, nothing major. A little more camber in the front, a little more rear anti-roll bar, and you can see right there the big one is aero. And I lowered the brake bias to the rear by just 2 clicks. So comparing this to the stock, even here you can see I did a 123.04, which was a dirty lap. So I cut one of these corners there really tight. I'm surprised I didn't get a dirty lap on this one. My Ghost is a 23.241 using this exact tune. With Carver's tune, I struggled to get under 124. But this is a little more stable through these slow corners and definitely that straight top end speed. You can see here I'm actually beating the Ghost a little bit. Did take that corner very well. But I believe you'll see at the end of this, I don't beat the Ghost on this one. But even if we take the Ghost being my best lap out of the equation, wow, what a difference between this and the stock tune. You remember the stock tune was a 124.5. And well, I'm going to beat it by pretty much over a second. And you can see there I had a little bit of oversteer. As we come to the end, 123.578. So yeah, I gained a second with a tune. Here at Lime Rock, I'm not a great tuner. I tried to create a high downforce build. I tried a couple other people's tunes that were supposedly for grip, and yeah, no, they weren't very good. This is me in the stock tune chasing down a high aero tune I had built for Lime Rock. You can see through the first part of the track, I'm pretty much with the Ghost, with a stock tune. It's really in these last couple high speed corners that the Ghost starts to pull away. That corner into the uphill, the corner right there, and then into this last corner with my high downforce tune, I can just almost hold that flat, and I couldn't do that in a stock tune, but only 0.2 of a second. So I don't know why that went back to showing that. We'll go back to here, and so you can see with the high speed tracks, just lowering the aero can gain you upwards of a second. So if you're wondering how some of these guys, not just skill wise, are so much faster than you in multiplayer, this is how they're doing it. You can download other people's tunes. The problem I found with that is you can't adjust the tune. You can't go into the settings and make it fit for you. And the reason this is a problem is because like AMS Carver's tune is great for qualifying, great if you're on softs, but if you're trying to do a no stopper, well, now you have to go back to your own tune because that thing just wears out the rear tires like it's nobody's business. It'd be really hard to do a no stopper with that tune. So you might want to make adjustments to your tune based on what tire compound, the weather conditions, how many stops you're making in the race, and how worn out you expect your tires to get. With AMS Carver's tune, the tires wear out in the back really badly. So as the tires wear off, the car becomes nearly uncontrollable. Like you hit some of those curbs at Road America with the rear tires as you're accelerating, and the car will just spin out on you when the rear tires are dead. I tested it out. So my only concern really with this, I mean, this is part of the game, but as we've seen in ACC, we've seen it in iRacing, anywhere where you can get tunes are going to give you a competitive advantage, or any tuning you do to the setup, well, we could possibly see setups being sold, just like you've seen in ACC, just like you've seen in iRacing, because not all of us are tuners. We just want to go play and we want to be competitive. So we're not going to necessarily take the time to do the tuning. Not only that, it makes it harder. Never mind the fact there's some balance issues right now as it is, but it even makes it harder when they allow tuning for turn 10 to actually balance these spec cars. So, I mean, the meta gets kind of doubled up. Not only is the meta off by the base of the car, it's off by the amount of tuning you're capable of doing. So unless you got somebody feeding you tunes or you learn how to tune yourself, you're going to be at a competitive disadvantage until people start selling them, and then you're going to see people buying tunes. I mean, it's pretty much accepted. Coach Dave Academy has created a whole business around selling iRacing and ACC setups, and I think you might see the same in Forza. But other than that, you can massively improve your times just by making some minor adjustments to the car. Like the Audi's twitchy, maybe you move the brake balance forward a bit. With this car, it understeers a lot, especially under braking. Move the brake balance back a bit. Make some slight adjustments to the ARBs. There's a few adjustments you can make without having to know a ton about tuning in order to gain a good bit of time. And the big one for these is going to be the aero. What kind of track are you on? Are you on how much aero do you need? If you can figure out if it's a high speed, high corner aero, you're going to need just enough aero that you can carry a lot of speed through the corners, but not so much you slow yourself down the straights. So this has been my TED Talk. This is about tuning and how much faster the tunes are. I hope you got something out of it. And without further ado, that'll be it. Thank you for watching.